What's good, everyone? In this video, I'm going to go over the 10 must-have tools that you need to use for your online startup or online business. This is not technical startup specific, but yeah, it is a stack that works for us in our business. And I'm gonna give a few different alternatives in some cases for things we used for free in the beginning and then upgraded for paid tools. But the important part is I really think all of these tools are must-haves. And this is not the end-all be-all. There are more tools that you will need depending on the specific needs of your business, but I think we can pretty safely agree that all of these are going to work for most businesses. There are so many tools out there that are meant to help you be more effective that it can be very easy to get lost with all of these tools and be less effective because of it and get too much going on, too much things to try, and you keep trying to find the new best thing. But I'm here to tell you these are things that we've been working with for over a year at least, and I think you should try them out. Now, this is not sponsored in any way, but some of these tools we probably do have an affiliate link for, and if we do, I'll put the affiliate link down below, and if we don't, then I won't. Feel free to use it if you want to, but feel free to check it out on your own. Let's get started. The first one, the holy grail of business tools, Slack. You must use Slack. We used Skype for the beginning. When we first started, we would communicate with our developers and everyone on Skype, and it was okay. But Slack, that's life-changing. You have to use Slack. I don't even feel like I need to talk about it too much other than just saying this is a whole new game of in-corporation communication as well as talking with partners from other companies. It's just the most comfortable way to create a few different divisions while having everyone connected and talking at the same time. Not to mention all the add-ons that Slack has that make it just so powerful and connect with all of your favorite tools. And most importantly, Slack has a freemium model, so you can get started for free. We didn't pay for the first few months, and we started out on Slack when we were already relatively big. So if you start out in the beginning, you might get like a year or two for free before you even have to upgrade. Take that into account. Next is Google Workspace, formerly known as Google G Suite or G Suite. I actually don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but this is basically Google's corporate tools, like business tools. They allow you to really easily connect your domain into the workspace and create different users and mailboxes for your company. So for us, for example, we have the Reconvert.io extension, the domain. We create emails for everyone in the company with this domain. That way, first of all, we only give them access to our company tools through their company email, meaning we do have the control. If at one day we have an issue with a specific employee, we can just block them from the email and they don't have any access anymore to any of the company tools. So this is one reason. Second, it's just really easy and comfortable. And again, you pay per user. So it can get a little expensive when you have a lot of users. When you're first starting out, it can be like $12 a month for 2 mailboxes. And that also includes, by the way, everything, the Google Docs, Sheets, etc., Google Drive. All of this is included in this email that you created for your company. If you're really taking your business serious, people are gonna expect to see a company email and not a Gmail. So this is your way to create a Gmail that is a company email on Google for pretty cheap. Highly recommend. Next is a CMS, and a CMS to build your website on it, because when you have a business, you probably want a website, some sort of a website to be the face of your business. So it can either be WordPress, Wix, or Webflow. These are the 3 that I am familiar with. I think each of them has its space depending on where you are and what your resources are. For example, Wix, amazing to get started with. If you are a sole founder and you have no resources right now to invest in a website, go for Wix. I think it's the best option to get started. It's the easiest, less technical, etc. That being said, because it's the easiest, it's also the most limited one. So a lot of the times you would want to go out of this to either WordPress or Webflow. I would highly recommend Webflow. This is where we're moving our website right now, and it's just different ball game to WordPress. And also the developers that you can find that work with Webflow, from what I've seen, tend to be a little more tech savvy than the ones that work for WordPress. Number 4 is Google Analytics, a free tool from the house of Google. I think it also connects to the Google Workspace. You can create it under the same email as your Google Workspace, and it basically allows you to see traffic to your website, your landing pages, your actual product. Whatever it is you do, you need Google Analytics. That's not even a question. You can learn so much from it, and it's all for free. If you want me to talk more about Google Analytics, let me know. There's a lot to say about it. I'm not gonna get into it here because this is a quick list of tools, but you definitely need to use it. Even if you don't know how, just implement it in your website. Just do that. Later on, you can learn how to actually use Google Analytics, but just start collecting data. It's a shame if you don't from day one. The fifth tool is an email marketing tool, and my recommendation would be either Klaviyo or MailChimp. There are a lot of options out there, but I think these two are the easiest to work with and possibly the cheapest. I haven't actually checked when you first get started. Again, they both have nice premium plans that allow you to grow with the product, which is why you can get started for free. We use Klaviyo, we love Klaviyo. We started off with MailChimp, we migrated to Klaviyo because MailChimp actually had some limitations that didn't work for us as a SaaS company, but works well for, like, let's say an e-commerce company. Klaviyo doesn't have the same limitations, which is why we decided to stay with it. And the reason we're using either one of these is because it's non-technical friendly, basically. You don't have to know any code, you don't have to do anything other than just drag and drop between the different templates. Highly recommend. The next tool everyone needs to have is some sort of task management and project management. I warmly recommend ClickUp. I love ClickUp. We use it. It's a lower budget friendly tool that has all the features you need. So you have Monday, which is very robust and familiar and everyone heard about it. And it seems to be a great app. I'm not saying it's not, but it's about double the price of ClickUp, which is why we are staying with ClickUp. And I think maybe I'm not doing it justice because ClickUp is cheaper, but it is so packed with features. There's so many things you can do with ClickUp. I can't even begin to describe. We run a lot of teams on it. We have a lot of automations. We have a lot of different setups, different boards. You can do a lot, and in most cases, it's going to be good enough for you and much, much cheaper than other solutions out there in the world. Another great option, if you're just getting started and your setup is pretty simple, is to use Trello. You can always use that completely for free. We started with that as well, and I do hold some kind of like warm piece in my heart for Trello. I always will, probably. Next is Crisp. Crisp is a CRM software, and just like with ClickUp, we chose the lower budget option with a lot of features in it. Crisp is amazing. It's not going to allow you to do email marketing like HubSpot does, for example, but that's why you have Klaviyo to supplement the email marketing. With Crisp, you can do so much as far as live chat, email, you can do live browsing where you see what people are doing in your app live, and you can prompt a message and ask them a question before they even turn to you. There's a lot you can do with Crisp. I think it's the best CRM for startups that I have seen so far. And again, it's very budget friendly. I highly recommend it if you're bootstrapped and don't have a lot of resources. Also, they have a really good free plan, like really good. When you're just starting out, you can probably be on the free plan for a while. Next is Upwork and Fiverr. How can I not mention them? So technically it's not really a tool, it's like a marketplace to find freelancers, but I really think that if you're bootstrapped, you need to use this. You need to use freelancers. You can't just build on yourself doing things or later on employees. Freelancers are the good in between where you need to delegate some tasks, but you don't have the resources to actually hire full-on employees. So my favorite is Upwork, but we also work on Fiverr. Either one of them is good to find people with the skills that you need to supplement things in your organization. Next is Wise, formerly known as TransferWise, and this is a tool we use to pay freelancers, basically. We use this to send dollars from our bank to different banks around the world. It works in most countries. In our case, it has a lower conversion rate and commission than our bank, so it's worth it for us, and I think it's going to be very comfortable to work with for a lot of people in a lot of countries, so highly recommend check it out. Lastly, we have a payment provider, payment processor. Stripe is the most popular one. Unfortunately, some countries it's not available. In Israel, it's not available yet, so we use Paddle, which are also great. So Stripe and Paddle are the ones that I can recommend, but I'm sure there are many more. The important part is use a payment provider that you can trust, that gives you good rates and that is reliable, so you don't get lost payments and have a way to actually manage all the payments you get from customers, because that's super important for any business. Lastly, let's give a shout out to maybe the best tool, like a bonus tool, which is YouTube. YouTube is one of the best places to learn from. I go to YouTube whenever I'm in a need to learn something, like right now I'm learning how to work with Bubble to create no-code apps, and YouTube is my guide. I trust YouTube with everything. So definitely utilize YouTube, which you probably are doing if you're watching this video. But if you're not yet, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get more videos like this in the future, you know? And also, let me know, what tool do you think I missed? Is there anything that you would like to add to this list? I would love to know. If you want to see some more tools that we recommend to actually help you generate leads for your business, you can watch this video over here. And if you don't want to, this is what YouTube thinks you should watch.